everyone. And the starting lineup for Miami. Tyler Hero is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Ware in at the center position. And for Indiana, Halliburton runs point with Mathurin flanking him. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. And it's Walker in at the 3. We should see some great ball movement with these two teams, Graham. Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
And the Pacers started last season all offense, Graham. But even they knew that would not be sustainable.
Yeah, Coach Carlisle prodded them to at least get to average on the defensive end. And there's no question they have the tools to do it.
Now here's Hero. Pass to Ware. He takes it in, kicks it to Hero. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
Smooth shot by Hero. Notice how he doesn't rush himself.
Halliburton outside. Turner with it. The 3 ball. And he parries his first look.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
It's Hero on the take. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
You're coming in at full speed. Hero was just too quick.
And so it's Halliburton with it. He brings it up for Indiana. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now here's Hero. 5 points in the game. The kick out to Wiggins. Out left to the wing. Just 3 to shoot. No coverage that time.
Just another thing that Bam brings to your team. The ability to knock down jumpers.
Halliburton goes. Pass to Turner. Back to Halliburton. And the dunk by Halliburton.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Here's Ware. Kicks it to Hero from behind the arc. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
Yeah, absolutely no hesitation from Hero. He shoots at will from range.
Halliburton against Wiggins. Halliburton, the pass to Siakam. No one near him. Uses the glass that time. It's good.
Yeah, working the play to perfection. Siakam comes off the screen, free to fire a shot.
And the call will be against Tyler Hero. That's his first foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in. And one thing that Siakam has always had a knack for, Graham, cutting to the rim and finishing plays.
Yeah, he plays so well when he has space to move. He's just great off the ball, and that fits with any team. His ability to convert at the rim makes his cuts that much better.
Now here's Hero. Give him 8 points now. Clock is at 3. There's the triple. Walker pulls down the board. Indiana trailing here. Out to the right wing. Turner for 3. Good. And it's Walker who picks up the assist. Turner's got 6 points.
The defense better watch Turner more closely because he can strike that fast.
Hero right side. Here's Ware. Turner covers. Pass to Hero. Adebayo, a screen on Halliburton. Hero. The kick out to Wiggins. Here's the 3. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Oh, phenomenal hustle. He has a knack for those boards.
Man, he is tenacious when that ball goes up. Halliburton on the wing. Hounded by Wiggins. He got a piece of it. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. There's 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Siakam against Adebayo. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
You can see the length come into play whether Siakam's facing up or back to the basket.
Well, Coach, how about the Eric Spoelstra story? Started as a video coordinator with the Heat back in '95. You were an assistant in Miami back then.
Yeah, look, Brian, even then, Eric is one of the rare guys that all of us on the staff knew right from the beginning that he had all the makings of a great coach. Players trusted him and had confidence in his ability to help them.
From the video room to the Hall of Fame one day.
No question.
Now here's Hero. Give him 8. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
You're springing off the floor. Wiggins showing his athletic ability.
There's a screen by Turner. Halliburton misses. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Heat out in front. Oh. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. Let's quickly break down what we've seen from the Heat.
Was simple. Rebounding made all the difference in the first quarter. They really got after it.
Hey, look, it's simple. More rebounds means more possessions, and that's clearly been their priority.
And let's take a look at Miami. We've got Jaime Jaquez. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Tyler Hero. Then it's Bam Adebayo, and it's Ware in at the center position. Hero against Halliburton. Pass to Ware. Hero outside. Drops in the layup for 2. Hero's got 10 points.
You're busting his way inside. Hero making sure he kept moving toward the hoop.
Wiggins against Halliburton. The 3. Rebound Miami. Ware's got 4 rebounds now. Hero against Halliburton. And there's a 3-second violation. Pacers trail by 6. Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. Sinks the tray. He's got 7.
At the perimeter, Halliburton has a lot of confidence. He's just about always ready to take that shot.
Here's Hero. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Turner, a screen on Wiggins. The kick out to Walker. Pass to Turner from outside the arc. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got his 5th rebound in this one. Oh, they get a hand on it. It's stolen by Halliburton. The putback.
Playing with real urgency. Turner keeps the play alive. That work ethic from him is just fantastic.
Halliburton against Hero. Pass to Ware. Now Jaquez. They set the screen. Wiggins from long range. That one is cash from Wiggins. And Stan, the league questioning the use of load management. I know you've wondered if it can even hurt conditioning.
There's no question, Brian. Look, since the age of load management has come into the NBA, injuries are up, not down. I think players have been deconditioned, and that's even before you get into the need of guys playing together more to gain a rhythm and an on-court chemistry. You know, like actually playing basketball together.
A novel idea. That's good from Jaquez on the assist from Adebayo. And it's a 9-point Miami lead. And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for the Heat.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And something else I've noticed is how they've been able to cause turnovers and take advantage of them on the offensive end, not wasting those extra chances at all.
Here's Wiggins. After the basket by Indiana on the other end. Here's Ware. The kick out to Wiggins. Pass to Ware. Lets it go from deep. Whoop, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. Halliburton to three. Yes! Tough points from Tyrese.
And he has taken over this game. Halliburton looks like he's on cruise control at this point.
Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Siakam with a screen on Jaquez. Outside Matherin. The shot. Pulled the shot a little left. Bounce goes his way, though. Heat leading by 4. Pass to Ware. Hero against Halliburton. Adebayo with it for 3. Rebounded by Halliburton. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. There's a screen by Turner. Just 5 to shoot. Halliburton right side. 20 feet out. Excellent D there from Wiggins. Here's Hero. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. All right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to the action at the start of the third quarter. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. How about Tyler Hero displaying all of his skills today?
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
We've got Thomas Bryant topping out there with Aaron Nesmith. Then it's Shepard, and it's Nembhard in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Rick Carlisle getting going here in the second half. Now here's Burks, and there's the screen. Pass to Jovic. Jacks up a 3. Drops in the 3. Jovic has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
As a big, unless you're a dedicated rim runner, have to be some kind of threat from distance.
Topping a screen on Burks. And here's Shepard for 3. It's hauled in by the Heat. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's Jovic. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Woohoo! Just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Now here's Toppin. Yet to see a basket. From deep three-point land. The rebound by Burks.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opener.
First personal foul. First team foul.
So it's Miami now. 7-point differential. Here he goes. And he dunks it down.
Sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here. Hanging up there like that. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, in today's high-scoring NBA, every position has to be a threat. All-star Donovan Mitchell said, We're getting away from the point guards who are just floor generals. It's passing and scoring that you're starting to see, and your level of scoring allows you to be a better playmaker. Teams have to respect that.
No doubt, Allie. Thank you. And here are the Heat now, following the bucket by the Pacers. Back to Robinson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The rebound by Nembhard.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
And growing up in California, Stan, when did you first fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, Brian, my dad coached for a long time, and I just remember going to his practices and going to his games. I can't remember a time where I didn't love the game. We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
Robinson can't hit. Pacers trail by 5. There's Neesmith with the 3. On target from range.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Robinson's to 3. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. And your first NBA coaching job was with the Miami Heat, Stan. That was as an assistant back in the 90s, just a few years ago.
Yeah, just a few, Brian. And the Heat have changed a lot. The game has changed a lot over those years. Look, back then, the Heat were probably the most physical team in the NBA, and it was just knockdown, drag-out fights all the time. That's a fantastic feed right there. Kicking it out for the good look. Plays like this really help team chemistry.
Here's Shepherd. He's got 6. Stolen by Burks. Driving in. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
To the middle. Here's Love. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. And it's a 6-point Heat lead.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
Toppin shot is off. Knocks it loose. Here's Shepherd. Lays it up and banks it in. Shepherd's got 8 points in the quarter. The Heat have gone 6 for 9 in the half. Here's Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
And here's Shepherd for 3. Drains the triple. Shepherd's got 11.
He's never going to pass up that shot. The defense giving him way too much room.
They set a pick. Pass to Jovic. Now Robinson. And he drives in. Banked it in off the glass. Robinson's got his second bucket on the night.
And you look at how they've come out in the second half. It's almost like night and day.
Yeah, you can see it in the hustle stats. These guys have come out with a different mindset and seem much more motivated here in the second half.
Here's Shepherd. Sweet little floater. 13 points in the game.
Great touch there. It's just so tough to defend a floater like that.
Got it up. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. That concludes the third quarter. It continues. Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. So it's Miami now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. On the floor for Miami, starting the fourth quarter. They've got Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's Andrew Wiggins, and it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Halliburton attacks. Here's Turner. And Hero grabs the board. And so Hero will bring it up for Miami. 6-point lead. There's a screen. Pass to Ware. Wiggins outside, and here's Hero. Here's Ware. Turner covers. 4 on the clock. Here's Hero. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
Soft touch on the teardrop. Hero is such an unpredictable player on offense.
There's a screen by Turner. Halliburton looking for an opening. Jaime Jaquez gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And so the ball out of bounds. Jaquez touched it last.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Halliburton, no good. Heat leading by 8. Hero with it. Picked up by Matherin. Pass to Ware. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Now here's Hero. Shoots from the elbow. And it's Tyrese Halliburton with the rebound. Indiana's gotten 6 of 13 shots to go from outside the arc. Walker for 3. Rebound Miami. Hero outside. Pass to Adebayo. Wiggins against Matherin. Wiggins passes to Adebayo. Knocks down the 18-footer. And now it's a 10-point Heat lead.
Assertive jumper by Adebayo. I mean, he wanted it, so he took it.
Halliburton for 3. That won't go. He's 5 for 12 now.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up for way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
You love this intensity from Hero. I mean, he's willing to get physical there inside.
All right, Coach, what are some qualities you're looking for in a lead guard?
Well, look, you want a guy that can make plays, that can control the game. When I first got into the league, people thought about point guards as traditional pass-first guys, but now it means more than that. You want a guy who can make plays, whether it's for himself or for his teammates.
Now here's Hero. Ooh, he's found his rhythm. 7 for 10 and counting.
And trying to put the game away, he's been nails all evening.
Yeah, but you can't let up now. We've seen too many wild comebacks in this league.
Back to Halliburton. Turner passes to Matherin. Knocks down the triple.
He's got that guard quickness. Matherin showing off his catch-and-shoot ability.
Here's Ware going in. Oh!
Wow!
Just a big man playing big. No way to stop it.
Halliburton outside. Pass to Matherin. Fires the 3. And again, it's Indiana with a 3.
On the ball, Halliburton has great concentration. His focus is what helps him find the wide open man.
Here's Adebayo. Hero outside. Now here's Wiggins. Shot clock at 6. 3-pointer. Pascal Siakam with the rebound. Pacers trail by 10. Pass to Halliburton. The 3 is up. The rebound by Ware. The Heat have gotten 5 of their 7 shots to fall in this final quarter.
And this is a game they can build off of. They kept their focus all game long, and it will get marked as a win for the Heat.
They made a point to get some good looks.
Yes, they were able to pound the ball inside. I love it.
Here's Wiggins. After the basket by Indiana on the other end. Over to the left wing. Left side, Jaquez. Jacks up a 3. He drops it from range. And the Heat lead by 11.
Excellent effort on the road. They've literally sucked the energy out of this arena.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
Indiana
And the foul on Tyrese Halliburton.
Halliburton.
That'll be a second foul of the game.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
And we've got 28 seconds left in the fourth. Adebayo, a screen on Matherin. And the shot's good by Wiggins.
Leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door on him.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Now here's Halliburton. And Andrew Wiggins gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
So it's the Heat winning this one easily.
That's the end of the game.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill.
should be plenty of that. Down in the painted area tonight, Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. The backcourt pair will be Cunningham and Ivy. Isaiah Stewart out there with Durham. And it's Thompson in at the small forward.
Oh, nasty dunk there by Cunningham. This is why he went first overall. He's got length, skill, and athleticism. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well. Well, they are daring him to miss, and he obliges.
Here's Siakam. Yep, that one goes.
Well, high percentage shots are always at a premium. Pascal Siakam gets a great look there.
Cunningham against Halliburton. Back to Cunningham. Duran with the screen on Halliburton. And a wide open look for Cunningham. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
And I love how Cunningham dictates the pace. You can't speed this guy up. He forces you to play at his speed.
Here's Halliburton. Detroit with the rebound.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And when you think back to that Sabonis-Halliburton trade, Doris, it really worked out for both teams.
It's rare, Kevin, that you can talk about a, quote, win-win for both sides. Most trades are a little bit harder to evaluate because they involve more moving pieces. This was a straight-up one-to-one swap of young stars and positional fits for each side.
Here's Durant. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
That pass was about the location, puts it perfectly into the hands of his teammate.
Halliburton for three, sinks the three-pointer.
What you love about Tyrese Halliburton is the consistency from the perimeter. This guy can make deep shots.
Nice shot by Thompson.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Halliburton looking around. Out to Turner. Halliburton against Durant. And Halliburton slams it in.
Well, we're talking about a guard who's got some bounce. Tyrese Halliburton with the hops.
Cunningham against Halliburton. Beyond the arc. Pistons working now with a new shot clock. Duran with a screen on Halliburton. Cunningham for three. Ivy against Mathurin. 6 on the shot clock. Stewart, a screen for Cunningham. Goes up with it again. And it's denied. Sent back by Siakam. To the middle. Here's Turner. Kicks it out to Siakam. Turner with a screen for Siakam. And Turner throws it down.
How about that? He's 7 feet tall. And Miles Turner, because of that ability to move in any direction at any moment, is a big-time problem inside.
Greg, in January 2024, Pascal Siakam was traded out of Toronto.
And he came into the league an older player from a mid-major school. The Raptors did a lot to help Siakam, turning him into an all-NBA caliber player.
Several league changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Now, here's Thompson. with the step back. Duren sets the screen for Cunningham. There's the drive, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Cunningham's got 10 points.
Keeping his cool against the clock. Nice balanced play by Cunningham.
Turner with the screen on Thompson. Here's Halliburton, and finished off by Halliburton.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
So it's the Pacers now, following the bucket by the Pistons. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Duren slams it in.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Turner with the screen for Halliburton. Out to Turner. Lets the 3 fly. Offensive rebound. Here's Siakam. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Cade Cunningham making things happen for the... And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
I know it's early, but all those 3-pointers, boy, do they add up.
And that's what has them ahead in this game. Their floor spacing has been just tremendous.
On the floor for Detroit, the backcourt pair will be Cunningham and Ivy. Duren out there with Isaiah Stewart. And it's Thompson in at the 3, the small forward. Now, here's Cunningham. That's tipped. Turner with it. Duren picks him up. To the inside, Ivy, and slam dunk by Ivy.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Outside Mathurin. Back to Halliburton. Turner with the screen for Halliburton. And the 3 off target.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Cunningham passes to Stewart. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Cunningham's shot is off.
And that's where you want to make the next pass. This guy is a good scorer, but the defense was right on him. Now there's elite athleticism by Pascal Siakam. Makes that easy work.
Duren with a screen on Halliburton. Cunningham for 3. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Cunningham's got 13.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And when you take a look at Jalen Duren, a big man, Greg, who seems to get better each and every season.
Well, you know, he averaged a double-double in his second season. I especially like how hard he goes after rebounds. This guy has a bright future in this league.
Now, Siakam. Following the 3-point attempt by Cade Cunningham.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Pass to Duren. And Duren slams it in.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Ivy against Mathurin. Fires from deep. Hands it from downtown. Mathurin's got his second basket of the night.
Well, a lot of confidence to Mathurin's game. That efficiency has to get better, but he is not shy.
Cunningham for 3. Siakam pulls it in. Indiana's gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory.
Remaining in the first half, 2 minutes.
Halliburton at the elbow. On the wing, Turner. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. The Pistons leading. There's the lob to Duren. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
You have to appreciate the doggedness and intensity on the glass. Wow.
Turner for 3. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Cunningham against Halliburton. Pass to Ivy for the 3. And Cade Cunningham with the 3. Now it's a 7-point Piston lead.
And you can see why they continue to call Cunningham's number. Once he's flipped that switch, let him go to work.
Now Cunningham. Following the 3-point attempt by Miles Turner. And Duren slams it in.
And you can see he just has a great overall feel for this game. Excellent job tonight.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get the ball to guys where they can score it.
And so it's Halliburton who brings up the ball for Indiana over Thompson. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Cunningham for 3. And again, it's the Pistons from deep.
3.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
And it's Mathurin missing.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Halliburton against Thompson. Looking to end the run. Rebound, Detroit. Jumps up, and it's Thompson with the jam.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Cade Cunningham in this game, he's been everywhere.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
I don't know that you necessarily think of him as someone who's going to create for others, but boy, all night he's been willing to make the extra pass.
We'll be topping out there with Aaron Nesmith. Then there's Andrew Nemo. Then there's Shepard, and it's Bryant in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Shepard with the ball. Picked up by Harris. Pass to Shepard. Back to Toppin. Drives to the hoop. And the basket is good. Toppin's got his first bucket in this one. When a team, Doors, is on a losing streak, what lessons can be learned from that?
You know, Kevin, you know this. Losing streaks seem to be inevitable in the NBA. The season is too long to go through without some adversity. What I think you learn is grit and how to keep fighting even when you don't have your best game available. Well, excellent concentration from Bryant on the offensive end, actively looking for ways to facilitate for his team.
Harris setting the pick for Beasley. Out to Harris. Here's the 3. Bryant with the rebound.
Well, he tries to answer with a 3 of his own. He can't do it. You can't get caught up in the one-on-one aspect.
And Toppin throws it down.
I tell you, there are few players more exciting in the open floor than O.B. Toppin. So much fun to watch him get in transition.
Pass to Hardaway. Nemhard with it. Hardaway picks him up. He lobs up the alley pass, and Toppin throws it down.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
probably the most important thing is they regrouped. They worked out some of their frustrations, and now they're starting to have some fun.
Beasley outside. Clock at 6. And he drives in. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play.
First personal foul.
It goes on Aaron Nesmith. And he's got his first chance at the line here. And Beasley, no good on that one.
Well, what you love about Malik Beasley is his willingness to always hunt for opportunities to score it. He understands what the strength of his game is, and he goes out and tries to execute.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
Here's Schroeder. Reed dishes to Harris. Back to Reed. Toppin with the steal. Here's Nemo. Plays it in off the breakaway.
Boy, the anticipation of Obi Toppin on that one. Gets the steal, gets him out in transition.
Schroeder kicks to Harris.
2 minutes remaining
Inside.
2 minutes.
Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Assist goes to...
And the Pistons lead by 8.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Tyrese Halliburton has become the face of the Pacers franchise. He says they've done a great job of allowing me to spread who I am and how I play throughout the organization. The guys and the coaches have adapted to that. Good things are happening. I want us to be the best team in the league. Kevin, he's certainly taking them in the right direction.
David, I'm infatuated with this guy as you are. He does so much at such a young age. Man, the sky's the limit.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
And Doris, when you look at Aaron Nesmith, he is someone that is accepted readily more responsibility over time.
There's no question, Kevin, and what I love is he didn't let not playing early in his career affect his outlook. In fact, it almost added an edge and spurred him to incredible improvement. He's an excellent defensive player. He's worked hard to become a three-point shooter. It's somebody defenses must now account for from range. Love the work put in.
On the clock, and Harris wide open. He shoots off target from outside. Here's Nesmith. Toppin controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And now it's only a 5-point Piston lead.
We're talking about a 6'9" guy with a 7'2" wingspan. Toppin loves to be above the rim, picks up the loose change. I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Toppin can't get it to go. Harris passes to Schroeder. Back to Harris. Launches it. That shot off. Got it off in time. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Detroit in the driver's seat. Up 8 points at the end. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Detroit leading by 8. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. The backcourt pair will be Cunningham and Ivy. Isaiah Stewart out there with Thompson. And it's Duran in at the center, filling out the middle. A three-pointer is right on target. Cunningham's got 22 points.
And you see that one-motion shot. Cunningham very consistent from distance.
Halliburton against Thompson. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Pass to Cunningham. Thompson sets the pick for Cunningham. And the layup's good off the glass. Cunningham's got 5 points in the quarter.
And this is the beauty of Cunningham. He can score from anywhere on the floor. That length, obviously, a huge advantage.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. Triggers a replay review by the officials.
For the Pacers, Walker, 2 shots. The play is under video review under NBA rules. 2
Digital
minutes
personal
are allowed to
foul.
review
Getting
the
a
play.
different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And the second free throw, good. Detroit leading by 12. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. It's Duran, top of the key. It's rebounded by Indiana. Now Halliburton. Outside Turner. Back falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton. Halliburton's got 3 assists now in this one. And there's the foul. It'll go on Tyrese Halliburton. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Mathurin against Ivy. There's the three.
And you see the athleticism and determination. Mathurin showing a ton of upside as a defender.
They get it back. Left side, Turner. Siakam outside. Sinks the triple. Siakam's got it back down to single digits for the Pacers.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
Cunningham looking it over. Halliburton with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Halliburton's got it. And it's Mathurin missing.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. That's his first foul. Siakam kicks to Turner. Halliburton on the wing. Into the lane. Takes it out to Siakam. Back to Halliburton. 5 to shoot. And the shot is good.
One thing I love about Tyrese Halliburton, this guy willing to mix it up down low. He doesn't say, I'm going to settle for jumpers. I'm coming right at you.
Here's Cunningham. And then Cunningham with the dunk.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys. And it was the same exact story last time out.
Halliburton against Cunningham. Halliburton passes to Turner. Fires for 3. Thompson with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Cunningham finds Ivy. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
He's explosive. He's got great length. Ivy is who you want to target in the alley-oop game.
Pistons leading by 11. Cunningham up top. A 3. The Pacers pull it in. An even 3-on-3 break. Halliburton passes to Turner. From the arc, it's tipped.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Pistons.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooter.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Cade Cunningham.
What a selfless effort tonight. He's done such a great job finding guys in their appropriate spots.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Cunningham against Halliburton. It's Cunningham with the drive. Can't throw it down with one hand. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very
Morning 2K Sport. Now let's check out the starters for the Detroit Pistons. Cunningham and Ivy work together as the backcourt. Isaiah Stewart out there with Duran. And it's Thompson in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Heat, Bam Adebayo is out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then there's Tyler Hero. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. And it's Ware in at the 5. You know, on paper, this looks like a lopsided matchup. But anything can happen in the NBA, Grant.
Yeah, that is the truth. I mean, that's why they play the games. One guy gets hot, the team gets cold. That's all it takes to swing the entire outcome of a game.
Now here's Hero. Crafty move. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Last season was tough for the Pistons, Brent, setting an NBA record by losing 28 games in a row.
BA, I'm a glass half full guy. I'm going to go on the bright side. Look at their core. It's led by Cade Cunningham. This guy is ultra talented. He's still in his early 20s. They have a lot of young talent on the roster. They're going to be better, and they play way better in the second half of the year. So how's that for some positivity?
And it's Cunningham missing.
I'm not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Adebayo, a screen on Cunningham. Wiggins passes to Adebayo. It's good from about 19 feet.
Just another thing that Bam brings to your team, the ability to knock down jumpers.
Stewart, a screen on Wiggins. Here's Cunningham with the drive. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, BA.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Now here's Cunningham. Stewart, a screen on Wiggins. Pass to Duran. Up and in on the layup.
Yeah, almost impossible to stop Duran inside. Wow, just wow.
For Miami, they've gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Hero outside. Drives to the hoop. To the left wing. Shot clock at 5. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. Where? That's good.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Now here's Cunningham. Stewart, a screen on Wiggins. Man, showing some terrific range. Cunningham's got 5 now.
And Cade Cunningham's confidence from there is growing with every shot.
And make no mistake, Cade Cunningham is the engine of this team, Grant.
Man, his vision and playmaking are crucial to the offense. Coach trusts him to make the right reads and set up his teammates. He has cut down on mistakes and is rounding into an elite point guard.
Cunningham. Here's Duran. Ivy outside. Stewart outside. Takes a 3. Rebound Miami. And there's 1:38 left to play in the first. And it's Ware missing. Pistons trail by 4. Pass to Cunningham from deep three-point land. Jaquez grabs the board. The Heat have gone 5 of 6. They're rolling from the arc. Ware, that's good. 5 points in the game.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Three-pointer Stewart fires in the triple.
And Stewart just preparing himself ahead of the catch to be in rhythm for that jumper.
Hero against Ivy. Pass to Ware. Back to Hero. Here's Ware. Two points. That one goes.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Pistons trail by 6. Cunningham outside. Duran with a screen on Wiggins. And here's Cunningham outside. They get it back. Here's Thompson. Stewart outside from behind the arc. This one for 3. On target from range. Stewart's got his second basket of the night. And so Hero will bring it up for Miami. They set the pick. Has to Ware. And the foul on Jaden Ivey. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
7 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Hero. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. It's the Heat up 3. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Heat.
Ever since this game started, they've been attacking on the inside, looking for ways to bust up the defense and get high percentage looks.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second. Cunningham and Ivey work together as the backcourt. Thompson out there with Isaiah Stewart. And it's Duran in at the center. The ball's knocked loose. And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball. Salto.
And here are the Heat now. Adebayo passes to Hero. Good, and the assist goes to Adebayo. Hero's got 10 points in the game.
Producing from behind the arc, that is huge stuff from Tyler Hero.
Cunningham against Wiggins. Knocked loose. And we're going to have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball. Salto.
And Miami has possession. To the inside. Here's Ware. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
And Wiggins is a capable passer, someone that wants to hit a guy in the right spot.
Well, Grant, the Miami Heat are as professionally run as any franchise in this league.
That is what I'm talking about.
Wow. And that was special. It's easy to be excited about Duran's future in this league.
Has to Ware. Duran with a rebound. Pistons trail by 4. And now the Pistons in transition. Adebayo with a steal. Stewart against Jaquez. Wiggins outside. And the foul on Jaden Ivey. That's his 3rd foul so far.
First team foul.
Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. Has to Ware. Driving inside. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Hero knowing about the whens and the wheres for an assist.
And the dunk by Duran.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. Here's Ware. Sends it home from 3-point land. Ware's got 14 points.
Well, nice vision on that pass from Hero, and he put the ball right in the shooting pocket.
Here's Cunningham. Stewart outside. Pass to Thompson. Back to Stewart. Clock at 6. Thompson outside. The floater, and he lays it in.
Good work down low. I mean, I like how confident Thompson is from this area.
When the whistle blows, it's going to be on Asar Thompson. That's his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Now, for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. Pass to Ware. Jaquez against Cunningham. Oh, a two-handed power slam.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Brent, it didn't take long for Jaquez Jr. to establish himself as one of the steals of his draft class.
Yeah, the interesting thing with where he played was how he gained the confidence of the teammates around him. A lot of expectations about playing winning basketball. Well, Jaquez did a lot of that in college. He's got great feel, great size, and seems to be in the right spot most of the time.
You have to put a body on Duren. He's quick, he's athletic, and he has that 7'5" wingspan.
Here's Hero. Uneasy, too, on the layup. Hero's got 5 points now this quarter.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside. And for a younger guy, Cunningham's vision is impressive. He's always watching the floor.
Hero outside. And the foul on Jaden Ivey. That'll get him his 4th foul of the game.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
Hero with it. Now guarded by Duren. 5 on the clock. And stolen by Cunningham. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And here's Ivey from the arc. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham. Cunningham's got 6 assists now in the game. Wiggins against Thompson. Wiggins outside. Adebayo a screen on Thompson. Wiggins no good.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
And here's Ivey from the arc. And he can't get that one. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Miami out in front. They lead by a bucket. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway. Halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Brent, something we've all noticed lately. Is the small ball era starting to wind down?
Well, BA, I think in people's minds when you say small ball, they're thinking about 6'1" guys on the court. That's not what we're talking about. It's a skilled game, and I don't think the small ball skilled game is going anywhere anytime soon.
They've got Alec Burks. He's out there with Duncan Robinson. And it's Jovic in at the 4 spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Hardaway against Robinson. Pass to Love. That one's good for 2. Love's got his first 2 points.
Kevin Love getting comfortable on the inside on that possession. He's got the size and touch to be effective around that arc.
Beasley against Burks. Tipped away. Fast break. Here come the Heat. Robinson for 3. Sinks the tray. And it's a 4-point Miami lead.
That's his specialty right there. His confidence firing off the catch is remarkable.
All right, Brent, let me ask you a very important question. What exactly is Heat culture?
BA, Heat culture is about toughness and competitiveness. And if you step into that building, you better make sure that you're ready to be pushed and push the limits that, as a professional player, not a lot of other teams are willing to go. As soon as they find guys who enjoy that, and I'm not going to say torture, but it's close, those are the kind of guys who make it in Miami.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Outside for Love. Pass to Jovic. Beasley against Burks. And the shot goes. Burks has gotten his first basket of the night.
Now, that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Beasley for three. And Detroit another three.
He really has a nice stroke as Beasley's jumper is able to fall.
Robinson on the wing, defended by Hardaway. Robinson passes to Highsmith. Here's Jovic. Burks a screen on Harris. Jovic. The rebound by Beasley.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Harris a screen on Burks. Here's Beasley to the paint. And Harris throws it down.
That's a strong finish from Tobias Harris.
Miami has gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. Here's Burks. Can't get it to fall.
Well, that's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release, a bit of an adjustment on the layup.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
They set the pick. Robinson gets the bucket. Robinson's got 5.
Robinson doing some work inside at 6'7". He could do that.
Beasley against Burks. For 3. Rebound Miami. Brent, almost your ideal shooting guard. Malik Beasley doesn't try to do too much.
The biggest thing, BA, is the turnover percentage that he's led the league in. Malik Beasley just simply doesn't give up the ball. He makes good, steady decisions, shoots the ball at a high clip. So that kind of reliability, that's what he's paid for.
Robinson gets the bucket.
Well, the guy who gets most of his points from behind the three-point line. Nice to see Duncan using the touch in the mid-range.
Really left him alone that time. Give him 8.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Burks goes in.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
40 seconds left in the third quarter. Burks with it, now guarded by Harris. Pass to Jovic. There's the 3. They get it back. Love passes to Burks. Inside, another shot, and he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
After committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
Burks against Beasley. Harris, a screen on Burks. Out to Harris. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Hey, you can't block it. Sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
These are his first free throws of the game. So it's both teams making substitutions here. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Harris right side. It could go. No good on the buzzer beater. And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. And on the floor for Detroit here in the 4th. Cunningham and Ivy work together as the backcourt. Duran out there with Isaiah Stewart. And it's Thompson in at the small forward position. Into the lane. Where? That's good.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Yeah, whether it's teammates or the coaching staff, hopefully a combination of both, but gets close. he's getting the ball.
Wiggins with a steal. And here we go, the Heat fast break. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Cade Cunningham picks that one up. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Well, they found success off the drive, creating a lot of buckets by getting into the teeth of the defense.
Well, another part of what they've done tonight is to get a lot of work done in the mid-range. And that's a shot that a lot of teams are willing to let you take. Well, they've knocked them down.
A stronger defensive presence would have saved them 2 points.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Hero with the bucket.
And Hero getting to the spots where he can be very effective. That swagger he plays with is infectious.
Cunningham looking it over. Stewart outside. Thompson a screen on Wiggins. Stewart with it. Now Wiggins defending. Thompson against Jaquez. Thompson shot is off. Miami leading by 4. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
And there's the screen. Wiggins outside. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Pistons trail by 4. Cunningham outside. Tries to break his ice. Ivy outside. Duran with a screen on Hero. Ivy goes in. The putback. And there's the call. It's on Bam Adebayo. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Cunningham. Oh, using his size. Look at Cunningham.
And Cade getting up that time.
It's Jaquez on the wing. He's watched by Cunningham. Jaquez drives in. And he banks in the layup. And the Heat lead by 4.
He's not the quickest guy out there, but he can outsmart you and outwork you.
Duran with a screen on Wiggins. Cunningham against Wiggins. Now here's Cunningham. There's the drive, and he goes in for the dunk.
You gotta love what Cade Cunningham as a young star is bringing to this game.
Here's Hero. Has to wear. Wiggins against Cunningham. Shot clock at 6. Duran against Wiggins. Here's Ware. They got the rebound. And Adebayo slams it in.
Bam stepping up and making a huge play for his team that time.
Pass to Thompson. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the 4th. On the take. Adebayo grabs the board. Miami leading by 4. Outside Jaquez. Now here's Adebayo. Outside Jaquez. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a 3-point play. That's on Isaiah Stewart.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Ivy passes to Cunningham. Up top, Stewart. Shot is up. He connects. And now they trail by just 4.
And you love it when the heart of your team injects that kind of play. That was huge from Stewart.
Has to Ware. 35 seconds left in the game. Back to Hero. a 24-second violation. They turn it over.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
Absolutely no room for error.
Everything has to almost fall perfectly for them to pull this out.
Here's Thompson. Ivy outside. Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Kicks it out to Cunningham. Yes! And that one brings them within one.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
They're pretty infectious right here, guys. In good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
What composure at the line, forcing your opponent to look for the three-pointer now.
And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. Turning here to our analyst, what elements become the primary keys at this point?
If they leave the arc open, take it. But it may be safer to get a quick 2 and then foul.
Don't force something up. You got to be smart here.
There's Cunningham with a 3. No good from three-point range. So a close game sees Miami taking this one. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Barry.
check out Indiana's starting lineup. The backcourt, Halliburton and Mathurin. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Walker in at the 3. And for Miami, they've got Adebayo. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Tyler Hero. Then there's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Ware in at the 5 down low. Hey, Clark, in tonight's game, what are you watching closely?
Well, the thing that jumps out at me, Kevin, is the guard matchup. I mean, both teams have tremendous backcourts, and I really think whoever is able to win or control that battle is going to win the game.
And here is Hero. After Miles Turner was able to get the triple, the 3, Ware, good.
For real, come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now, here is Halliburton. Here's Turner. Siakam outside. Here he goes. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots from the baseline. They get it back. Over in the corner, Turner. Turner missing again.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Wiggins kicks to Hero. Back to Wiggins for 3. And again, Miami with the triple.
I'll tell you what, how easy does Wiggins make the game look? I mean, in the flow, excellent stroke from distance. It's fun to watch.
Halliburton out to Turner. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Turner's got 5 points so far.
Tossing around that 250 lbs, Turner going right through the contact.
And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city, plus he's already got a street named after him.
Now, here's Siakam. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. Outside, Hero. Pass to Ware. Halliburton against Hero. Here's Ware. 5 on the clock. Takes a 3. And it's Mathurin with the rebound. Pacers trail by 3. Lets it go from deep. Miami grabs the miss. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Pascal Siakam is nominally a power forward, but his versatility at both ends of the floor allows him to play a number of roles. Siakam says that's where the NBA has been going. It's always positionless basketball. I feel like I can do anything. And in today's game, Kevin, that means tremendous value for Siakam. Back to you.
Doesn't it? My goodness, David, he is something else. Thank you very much.
Oh, and the touch on the interior. Hero. And hit jumpers as well as capitalize in close.
Halliburton against Wiggins. Outside Turner. Siakam sets a screen for Turner. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
And Turner's length causes defenses all kinds of problems. I mean, he really uses that length extremely well to draw fouls.
Last season, Miles Turner became the Pacers' all-time leader in block shots.
That's a pretty impressive feat when you consider some of the Pacers who played there historically. Jermaine O'Neal, Rick Smith, Roy Hibbert. Come on now. Great work by Miles Turner. So we need to give him his flowers now, and I think he's going to continue to add to that shot block total.
Here's Wiggins. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Well, Wiggins does it in so many different ways. That scoring versatility of his, special. This time he got it done in the painted area.
Now, here is Halliburton. Turner passes to Siakam. Miami grabs the miss.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Pass to Adebayo. And the foul on Jarris Walker. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
32 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Up top, Hero. And that one, good. Hero's got 6.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Halliburton feeling it out a bit. Turner with a screen on Wiggins. And a wide open look for Halliburton. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Here's Hero. And he makes good on the layup. 8 points for him.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Tyler Hero has been leading the charge for the Heat. He not. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Heat.
A lot of high motor play from them in this one, allowing them to kind of charge through the defense and find good looks.
In addition to that, they've thrown their weight around inside tonight, too, thumping and bumping in the paint. A lot of their points have come from inside.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. The backcourt, Halliburton and Mathurin. And it's Walker in at the 3, the small forward. Where? Good.
It's such a sweet three-point stroke there. And it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
He had a nice open look right there.
Really good to see Turner find the open man, proving once again he's a team-first guy.
Hero on the wing, defended by Mathurin. Hero against Mathurin. 6 to shoot. Here's Ware. And again, Miami with the triple.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Here's Halliburton. Mathurin for 3. And Ware pulls it down. Ware's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Greg, we know the Pacers have to improve defensively. But where do they start?
Candidly, Kevin, I feel like they're too soft. Giving up offensive rebounds, cheap fouls, they've got to be tougher mentally and physically, especially on the interior.
Turner with a screen for Halliburton. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. They set the pick. Wiggins surveying the floor. And Wiggins throws it down.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their play.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish.
Maybe that'll help them recapture their edge a little bit, guys.
Siakam for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton. Siakam's got himself on the board with 3 there. Here's Hero. And it's sent back by Turner.
There's the defensive presence they want from Turner. Hustling and using his mobility to send it back. Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
Here's Hockey. And the 3 off target. Pacers trail by 6. Halliburton outside. Knocked away. Stolen by Hero. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
No one near Turner as he lets it go. Misses the 3. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. They've led by as many as 11 points. It's good on the putback. And the Heat lead by 8.
Second chance points kill you. It's a strength of Adebayo picking up the garbage and putting it in.
Stolen by Hero. And here's the break. Adebayo with the ball. Now guarded by Siakam. Foul call. Looked like that he didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8 years, $120 million extension. I think that's some big dough.
Is it ever? It remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Here's Halliburton. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
He's such a creative scorer in close. Tyrese Halliburton only needs a sliver of space to make you pay.
Hero played in with a nice touch off the glass. Hero's got 6 in the quarter.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Halliburton for 3. It's hauled in by Hero.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Pacers trail by 9. Now, here is Halliburton. 10 points for him. Left side, Walker. Mathurin for 3. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Miami Heat ahead by 9. Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the 3rd quarter after this break.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And we've got 3rd quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You gotta like what Tyler Hero has done in this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
We've got Alec Burks. He's out there with Duncan Robinson. And it's Love in at the 5. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with.
You know what? You can see there's momentum right now. A nice hustle play there on the glass and the finish.
Yeah, right back at it. He's bringing that energy here in the second half.
Outside Robinson. They set the pick. Shot clock at 5. Miami needs to get a shot off. Jovic, no good. Pacers trail by 7. Here's Toppin. Highsmith grabs the miss.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
Fires the 3. And Duncan Robinson, good for 3. Robinson's got his first 3 points of the game. And Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
Pacers have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker with the break.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And I know he was pleased with his foul shooting last year. How about 87% from the line?
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
Robinson misses. Pacers trail by 7. Down low. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Pass to Jovic. A 3 off the mark. For Indiana, they've gone 3 of 6 in the 3rd quarter. 50% from the field. And with their offensive firepower, have the Pacers Clark maxed out at that end of the floor?
There's still a lot of room for this team to grow offensively, Kevin. A low rate of free throws is something they can improve on, and a relatively low rate of threes and offensive boards. Those are areas that can get better. I think there's another level they have to reach yet.
Here's Highsmith. Neesmith covering. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It goes on Aaron Neesmith.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. Two hands and down.
And Neesmith with the slam.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
And the prototypical modern big. Love can do damage inside and out.
Toppin can't get it to go. Heat leading by 6. 1:49 left here in the third quarter. And there is a whistle. That goes on Andrew Nemo. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the third. Robinson kicks to Love. And then Love with the jam.
Now that's what I call a throwdown. Maybe Love should save that one for the dunk. Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown.
Exercising his authority.
And that one, good.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Burks the pass to Jovic. Burks looking around. Pass to Jovic. Shot clock at 6. Fires to the hoop. Back to Burks. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Indiana ball.
Seconds left in the third. Lob pass to Bryant and finish off by Bryant.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Now Shepard, nothing on the board, bangs home the trifecta.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Jovic, good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Jovic has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter.
It's the fourth.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Here's Hero. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. The backcourt, Halliburton and Mathurin. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Walker in at the small forward position. Halliburton against Wiggins. Halliburton, no good. Heat leading by 5. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Halliburton outside. Great defense that time from Jaquez. And Miami's shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Wiggins dishes to Ware. 6 on the shot clock. Wiggins drives in. Jaquez outside. Shoots over Walker. Jaquez can't hit. Pacers trail by 5. Halliburton outside. It's up a 3. That doesn't go either for Halliburton. Hero finds Adebayo. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. And the 3 ball is good. Wiggins has got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for Miami. Turner for 3. And it's Miami with the rebound. Outside, Hero to the paint. Good ball movement here by Miami. Offensive rebound. Has to Ware. 3-pointer. Pascal Siakam grabs the miss. And so Siakam will bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. They have yet to put up any points here in the 4th.
Exceptional skills for Turner down in the paint. This guy, I think, has the potential to be a dominant player inside for a lot of years.
Over in the corner, Jaquez. Hero against Mathurin. There's the pick. There's the triple. The rebound by Turner. Pacers trail by 6. Mathurin, good. Mathurin's got his first 2 points.
And inside, Mathurin makes great use of his agility, developing some instincts for how to get around in traffic.
Kicks it out to Wiggins. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Wiggins has got a couple of 3-pointers now in the 4th for the Heat.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Out to Turner. Over Wiggins. The shot by Turner, no good. Miami leading by 7. Pass to Wiggins. A 3-ball. And again, Miami with the triple.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
You know, that's exactly their plan here in the 4th. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes. Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit. When you look at it, I think he rushed that 3 a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
Jacks up a 3. Ware kicks to Adebayo. Wiggins passes to Ware. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Miami.
Well, you know, throughout this game, they've shot the ball extremely well from downtown. Their shooters are getting open and letting it fly.
And you can't ignore their passing. All game long, they've done a great job of just delivering the ball in rhythm right where it needs to be.
Here's Halliburton. Outside Mathurin. Siakam a screen on Hero. Here's Mathurin, and he dunks it down.
And one of the better athletes in his draft class, Mathurin, with quick lift off the floor and then the power to hammer it home. And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Heat.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Tyler Hero.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
Siakam against Adebayo from past the arc. That shot, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Offensive rebound. Jaquez outside. Lets it go with the 3. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. So Miami takes this one by a big margin, even early on. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for David Aldridge, Greg.
in this one, Stan. Cream of the crop.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions, but tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight. A look at Indiana's starting group. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Halliburton runs point with Matherin flanking him. And it's Walker in at the small forward position.
No hesitation. Nice work by Walker, not overthinking it.
And that one's good. Cunningham.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
And stolen by Cunningham. Pass to Duren. Now here's Cunningham. Five to shoot. And he lobs it up. Duren, no good.
And gearing up for the alley-oop, just couldn't finish the play.
Well, it's not easy to time that up. Just not quite in sync yet.
The rebound by Detroit. Stewart outside. Cunningham outside. Lets the three fly. Knocks down the long J. Cunningham's got 5 now.
A pretty big component of Cunningham's game. He knows how to produce from the arc.
Cade Cunningham has faced his share of challenges in his career, Coach.
Yeah, Brian. Injuries, the discouraging losses, but he's remained steadfast through it all. He's a committed and mentally tough player.
Believes in his game and now wants a team around him that can fulfill that need. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. Indiana shooting their first free throw of the night here. And the first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. That'll be a second foul of the game. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Halliburton, pass to Matherin. Outside Walker. Siakam the screen. Lets it go. And he gets the friendly roll as that one goes. 5 points in the game.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Now here's Stewart. Ivy finds Stewart. Back to Ivy. 6 to shoot. Stewart, a screen on Halliburton. Here's Ivy. Rebounded by Halliburton.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
Blocked!
Yeah, anytime you put the ball up near Duren, there's a chance it ends up back in your face.
Here's Thompson. Indiana with a rebound.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
Now here's Halliburton. And Indiana misses again. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks. I spoke with the Pistons head coach for a bit. He said one person we cannot overlook is Tyrese Halliburton. He said the guy has major impact on the game, even when he's not scoring, which he usually is. He sets the tempo for the team. He can defend, rebound, pass the ball. Kid's got it all. Guys?
Okay, thank you, Allie. Halliburton surveys the floor. The layup off target.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
Pass to Ivy. And here's Duren. There's Cunningham with a 3. Drills it from deep. Cunningham's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
And look at the lack of hesitation. Cade gets the ball and is confident he can make the shot.
3-pointer, Halliburton nails it. And he's 1 for 5 with that one.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And the dunk by Halliburton.
Oh, Tyrese. That is how you complete a drive.
It's Cunningham with a drive. Can't cash it in from close range. And here's Matherin. He'll bring it up for Indiana. They trail by 1. From downtown, Walker's shot is off.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range. Great hit ahead in transition, advancing the ball, creating an easy look.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Halliburton for 3. The rebound by Detroit. On the wing, Thompson, defended by Halliburton. Stewart, a screen on Walker. Cunningham passes to Stewart. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker.
He was all over that pass. That's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Here's Cunningham. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so it's Cade Cunningham making things. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from Detroit, what do you guys think?
Well, there's no reason to take risky shots when you can collect points at the rim.
Yeah, they've made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on.
Cunningham and Ivy work together as the backcourt. Isaiah Stewart out there with Asar Thompson. And it's Duren in at the center position. That's the group for Detroit right now. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Detroit.
Well, their defense has been really impressive, especially the number of blocks they've managed to get. It's not easy to keep denying guys at the rim.
They are also being so active there with their hands on defense. It's paying off with a lot of
Oh, a big slam!
Oh, my gosh. The athleticism.
Flying high, Asar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
Turner, a screen on Ivy. Halliburton with the ball. Now guarded by Duren. Turner for 3. And Indiana misses again. Detroit leading by 8. And one thing we know we'll see, Jalen Duren giving his all on the glass, Dan.
Yeah, Brian, look, he's one of the best per-minute rebounders in this league, and it's what the team needs for him. But he's also become a very good finisher around the basket.
The Pistons need to get one up quick. Here's Cunningham. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Pacers trail by 8. Three-pointer Matherin. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
And look at the vision from Halliburton. Love seeing ball movement like this.
Cunningham outside. Oh, Cunningham rises up.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Pass to Turner. The 3. Thompson pulls it in.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Back to Stewart. Cunningham outside. Ivy, a screen on Halliburton. Ivy outside. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Cunningham. He's got 12. Duren with a screen on Matherin. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Yeah, look at Matherin asserting himself on defense, using his quickness to stay on top of his man.
Ivy outside. Goes up again. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. Stan, you're a longtime coach in the NBA, one of the most demanding jobs on the planet. Just how much is required time-wise from an NBA coach?
Well, it's a lot of time. I mean, it's all day, every day, 7 days a week in season. But look, let's put it in perspective. It's not like we're out there running a jackhammer.
Now that's a visual I'd like to see from you, Coach.
Yeah, slick drive by Halliburton, cutting through the defense into a shot.
Matherin against Cunningham. Duren with a screen on Matherin. There's Cunningham with a three. Here's Duren. And the dunk by Duren.
You have to put a body on Duren. He's quick, he's athletic, and he has that 7'5" wingspan.
And so it's Indiana with it. 9-point game. To the inside. And then Turner with the dunk.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of those.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. That's his third foul of the game. 1:09 left in the second. For three, Matherin. And slammed it home, and a foul. A chance at another point at the line. That one on Thompson.
Playing with real urgency. Turner keeps the play alive. That work ethic from him is just fantastic.
Here's Cunningham. Pass to Duren. Ivy outside. There's 48 seconds left in the first half of this game. 5 on the clock. Spins. Stewart launches it. Duren, no good. Pacers trail by 5. Here's Walker. He can't hit that time. Nice D from Thompson. Stewart outside. Kicks it out to Cunningham. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
You have to admire Cunningham's concentration in these spots, refusing to let the defense overwhelm him.
And so it's Halliburton with it. He brings it up for the Pacers. Inside. Here's Turner. Nice move. And then Turner with the dunk.
And he brings this game a little closer using a huge one-hand slam.
That's a great way to get your team back into it. Here's Ivy. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so that's the end of the first half. Detroit on top, leading by 6. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Direct your attention now to center court. And get ready for the fan. Half-court shot. Give me a beat. Thinking about it?
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Nice game. Great performance by Cade Cunningham.
Hey, we didn't expect this. Not normally a big-time assist maker. He's done a great job moving the ball around.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised, but he's been focused on passing the ball. You gotta give him credit.
Second half underway. Here's who Rick Carlisle's got on the floor. Obi Toppin out there with Thomas Bryant. Then it's Aaron Nesmith. Then it's Shepard. And it's Nembhard in at the 2. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting. And they're not happy with the call here. Coach has given the signal. He's going to use it.
At the line for your Pistons.
Slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
The free throw drops for Harris.
Capable of playing both the 3 and 4 spots, Harris's versatility is his greatest strength.
And Harris drops them both. We'll stand in this league. The opportunity always exists to make a name for yourself.
It certainly does, Brian. And guys that maybe haven't gotten their opportunity, if they're ready when they get it, then they're going to burst onto the scene, and they'll no longer be under the radar guys. Look at a guy like Jalen Brunson, second-round pick, bench guy in Dallas for a long time, and then now an all-star.
For three, here's Harris. Nails it from three. Harris has got 5 now.
And the coaches rave about Harris and his three-point shooting. Helps his team space the floor.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Shepard, first personal foul. First team foul.
Detroit leading by 7. Here's Beasley. No made baskets yet. Six on the shot clock. Driving to the basket. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Not exactly sure what the defense is thinking. You know he's going to be aggressive coming out of the half.
Beyond the arc. And Reed pulls it down. You wonder if they could push this lead to double digits.
Ooh, with the way they're playing, there's no reason to think they can't.
Back to Hardaway. It's Beasley on the wing. Soft touch off the glass. And now it's an 11-point Pistons lead.
Like a matador. Olé! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Here's Toppin. No good. Had a chance to end the run there.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And he lobs it up top. Alley-oop up top, hammer it home.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Beasley outside, uncovered. And Toppin pulls it down.
Won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Oh, I love this guy. Even when they're trailing, he works hard to put on a show.
Hey, that might be just what they need right now. Beasley, right side. Harris outside. Toppin with a steal. Pass to Shepard. Fires the three. The rebound by Detroit. Now Harris. He's got 5. Uses the glass on the layup. Harris has got 7 points here in the quarter.
In so many ways, Harris can beat you. He has the size and skill to score from all 3 levels.
There's a screen by Toppin. And here's Shepard for 3. And it's Harris with the rebound. Detroit leading by 10. Up top, Reed. 41 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Now here's Hardaway. He's guarded by Nembhard. Clock at 4. Let's go with a 3. And Hardaway good for 3. Hardaway's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
And here's Toppin from the arc. Drops in the 3. Toppin's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth moments.
And so it's Detroit ending the quarter up 10. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his team.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Cunningham and Ivy work together as the backcourt. Isaiah Stewart out there with Jalen Duren. And it's Thompson in at the 3. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons.
Yeah, going up and finishing. Tremendous display of athleticism by Siakam.
Duren. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
And Duren drops them both.
Yeah, as of right now, Jalen Duren kind of seems like a classic big man. He can block, he can rebound, and he really focuses on finding close-range looks. We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Siakam. Outside Walker. Pass to Turner. Here's Matherin. The 3. Down it goes. And a great assist by Halliburton. Halliburton's got 6 assists now in the game. Cunningham with the ball. Picked up by Matherin. Cunningham against Matherin. Duren with a screen on Matherin. There's Cunningham with the 3. Cunningham showing the range.
Yeah, an encouraging sign. When Cunningham is dialed in from deep, he's dangerous.
Halliburton against Thompson. Halliburton, the pass to Matherin. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds to Indiana. Clock at 6. Siakam with a screen on Thompson. And he's going for the oop here. Hey, great communication on the lob. And the Pistons lead by 14.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Turner, a screen on Thompson. Here's Halliburton. Misses from close range. And here's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Duren with a screen on Halliburton. And here's Cunningham outside. The Pacers pull it in. Turner's got 5 rebounds in the game. Halliburton draws the double. Stolen by Thompson. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth now. Takes it inside. Oh, he just jams it right over Miles Turner.
The athleticism of Thompson showing up right there. I mean, just explosive off the bounce.
And here's Turner from the arc. Down it goes, and a great assist by Halliburton. Halliburton's got assist number 7 tonight. Matherin with a steal. 1:46 left to play in the fourth. Stan, you're the son of a coach. Your dad was a great coach at the collegiate level. What was the best advice you ever received from him?
Well, Brian, the one that has always stuck with me is he told me in my first season, if you think you've got all the answers, it's only because you don't know all the questions. And I think that's true in everything, not just basketball.
Matherin against Cunningham. 1:14 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Duren with a screen on Matherin to the paint. Duren in the post. He's against Turner. Duren, no good. Pacers trail by 10. Outside for Halliburton. There's a screen by Turner. Halliburton on the attack. Puts up a 3. And again, it's Indiana with a 3.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Cunningham against Matherin. Pass to Duren. Just 5 on the clock. And yep, it's good.
They're going to work inside. I like how confident Jalen is from this area.
Halliburton on the attack. The shot, no good. Nice D from Thompson. Just let the clock run out.
Hey, it's time to celebrate.
Shot clock and game clock, 1 second differential. Here's Cunningham. They get the rebound. From deep three-point land. No good. So it's Detroit picking up the win. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were, B.A. They played with great intensity.
what will you keep your eye on in that matchup?
Well, Kevin, you're pointing out the guard play, so this is when they have a chance to go one-on-one. Which of these tandems can stand out against the other? Tons of pick and roll, tons of creativity, and we'll see which of these guys can pair off tonight to win this contest.
So here's Miami's starting group. They've got Adebayo. Hero out there with Wiggins. Then there's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Ware in at the 5. Home in the paint. Count it.
An explosive player. Thompson has serious leaping ability, and that comes in handy around the basket.
Pass to Wiggins to the middle. Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Now, here's Cunningham. Just 5 to shoot. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
I love Cade Cunningham just playing this way, an electric player when he takes advantage.
Detroit shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Now, Hero. And a missed layup.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go, even with the defense not really a factor.
Hero against Cunningham. And here's Ivy. Traps in the tray.
And if Ivy can hit that shot with consistency, it really makes him a tough cover.
And when it comes to Jalen Duren, Brent, is it fair to say some teams regretted not drafting him?
Well, maybe a handful, Kevin. I mean, there's a particular way that you want to play or use that position with how you get out there offensively. Jalen is a proven big. This guy is physical, strong, and can rebound and gives you a different presence on the inside.
Greg, everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
Thompson. Jaquez with the rebound. He'd have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. They set the screen. Miami no good on that time either. The Pistons have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. To the inside. Here's Stewart, and the dunk by Stewart.
Isaiah Stewart rocking the rim.
The Heat trail by 8. Now, Hero. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Cunningham looking it over.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Pass to Ivy. A three-pointer, no good. For Miami, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, we all know about what Heat culture means. Bam Adebayo says we share the ball, play together, and we know where the shots are going to come from. We're just blessed to have a team like this. Everybody buys in, everybody competes, and everybody wants to get the job done. Kevin, it's back to you.
They've got great chemistry. Thanks, David. Detroit leading by 8. One thing you can pretty much count on with the Heat, Brent Barry, they're going to grind it out.
This team has always been built around tenacity and toughness. Even with the big three, with LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh, there's a bit of a metamorphosis with the way LeBron approached games. Kind of being hated on was something they embraced, and that culture demands that hustle accountability and will consistently be about their culture.
Here's Ware, following the 3 by Detroit. Back to Hero, pass to Ware. It's stolen by Duren. And here comes the break. And a wide open look for Cunningham. And another 3 for Detroit.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
And here's Adebayo, following the three-pointer by Cade Cunningham. And it's Wiggins missing. Detroit with the ball. They're on an 18-4 run. Ivy against Hero. The kick out to Cunningham. No good on the triple. Wiggins inside the line. And so is Detroit, sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. They've been... And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
Well, I want to add also the damage that has been done on the inside. It's a lot of rubble in there, but they're continuing to go right at the defense.
On the court for Miami here in the second, they've got Andrew Wiggins. And Adebayo is out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Brent, we talk about guys on the brink of stardom. Cade Cunningham is right there.
The two areas you'd love to see Cade improve on is just taking better shots and making plays for others. He has that instinctually, Kevin, as a point guard at his size. But as his team grows, the appreciation for what Cade Cunningham can do on the floor, that will grow too.
Now, Hero. Ware, no good. Stewart with it. Pass to Duran. No good with the layup. The Heat trail by 15. Jaquez outside. Here's the screen. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game. Here's Cunningham. 9 points in the game so far. Launches a 3. They get it again. Duran, another shot, and he sinks the layup.
He seems to be in the right place at the right time more often than anybody that's on the court here tonight. We see that pay off.
Hero kicks to Ware. Drills it from outside. Ware's got 5 points now this quarter.
Hero knowing about the whens and the wheres for an assist.
Wiggins against Cunningham. Over to the wing. Duran finds Cunningham. Just 5 on the clock. Ivy with it. Now defended by Wiggins. The Heat trail by 12. To the middle. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Brent, would you say the point guard is considered the toughest position to play in basketball?
You know, Kevin, I think there's been a massive shift in what the point guard represents in the NBA game. I mean, how many teams over the past couple of years that have won championships have played with a traditional setup guard? What we're looking at is duos that can dribble, pass, and shoot and devastate defenses.
And Duran slams it in.
Just flat-out playmaking from Cade. This is why he was picked first overall.
Hero passes to Ware. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's on Jalen Duran.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. And Brent, credit the Pistons fans for sticking with them after a tough season last year.
Well, Kevin, it's been a couple of rough years in Detroit, and never easy to have your team go through something like that. You know, where you're getting national media attention for not winning games, it's never a good thing. But these fans are loyal, they're hungry, and the future is going to be bright in Detroit, I promise you that.
Here's Ivy. After Tyler Hero's bucket. And slam dunk by Ivy.
And man, can Ivy fly. I mean, a big-time finish.
Hero kicks to Wiggins. We've got 1:28 left to play here in the half. Pass to Ware. The Heat need to get a shot off. Not a piece of it.
Stewart hustling over. He saw that shot. coming, and he was there for the taking.
Pistons leading by 13. Now Cunningham. He's got 9. Here's Turing. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Turing's got 6 points.
Well, he takes care of salvaging that possession for the offense by getting on the offensive glass.
Has to wear. And it's Adebayo in the corner. And here's the fast break. Here's Turing. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
As a playmaker, Ivy has an interesting upside. If he continues to develop those skills, he'd only increase his value.
Now here's Wiggins. He has yet to score. And Jalen Duren picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Team second.
Wiggins passes to Jaquez. From downtown. And again, it's the Heat missing. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Andrew Wiggins grabs the board. Here's Hero. Has to wear. Back to Hero. With 1 on the clock. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so is Detroit. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Nice game. Great performance by Jaden Ivey.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Harris is out there with Holland. Then there's Paul Reed. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Beasley in at point. That's the group for Detroit right now. Hardaway, no good. The Heat trail by 17. Outside Robinson. From outside the arc. Buries it from three-point range. Robinson's got the first field goal of the second half for the Heat.
That's his game right there. Robinson, one of the more deadly shooters in the NBA.
Beasley in the posts. Burks covering. Here's Reed driving inside. And the dunk by Reed.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man. And he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
And Brent, if the super team era is indeed coming to a close, the Miami Heat were one of the most successful examples.
Yeah, Kevin, you're obviously referring to the Heatles with LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. I think there are some fans out there that go back to when it was that they had that press conference and were throwing up 6, 7, 8. And so 2 titles, yes, of course, amazing. Chances to win championships, amazing. Could there have been more? Possibly.
So here's Burks, following the basket by Kevin Love. Outside Robinson. Five on the clock. Pass to Highsmith. This one for 3. Outside for Robinson. Beasley with the steal. And here they come. Shoots the 3. Good on the triple. Beasley's got his first 3 points of the game.
And you can see Beasley's athleticism as he's out in the open court getting it done.
Outside Robinson. Here's Highsmith. Back to Robinson. Burks against Beasley. 5 to shoot. In the corner, it's Robinson. Takes the 3. Holland with the rebound. Detroit leading by 17. Beasley outside. Basket good. Beasley's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, for a guy who does a lot of his work on the perimeter, Beasley gets into the painted area.
And that's a foul. Called on Ron Holland. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Love with the screen on Hardaway. Robinson for three. Holland with the rebound. Detroit's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Here's Harris. And he banks in the layup. Harris has got his first points in this one.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Now here's Love to end the run. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Reed a screen on Burks. Beasley for three, and it's Miami with the rebound. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Robinson misses. Detroit leading by 19 points. Harris dishes to Reed. And the foul on Alec Burks. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
50 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Reed a screen on Burks. Beasley the pass to Reed. Shakes him. And the dunk by Reed.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Love with the screen for Burks. Hands it from downtown. Burks has got himself on the board with three there.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here's Beasley. 5 points in the game. Reed a screen on Burks. Beasley the pass to Reed. Can't get it to fall. Outside Robinson. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the floor for Miami starting the fourth. Jaime Jaquez is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's Tyler Hero. Then it's Wiggins. And it's Ware in at the center. Wiggins surveying the floor. Left side, Hero. From deep. Rebounded by Cade Cunningham. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up to the Pistons. Their biggest lead of the game is 21.
Our teammates got to love playing with Cade Cunningham. I mean, this guy plays so unselfish, on time, on target passing.
And that one's good. Wiggins. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Cunningham against Wiggins. Now, here's Cunningham. Pass to Ivy. Just 5 to shoot. Fires the three. It's Adebayo with the rebound. The Heat trail by 17. Wiggins passes to Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
Now you try your best defensively to push Bam away from the rim. That's easier said than done.
Here's Duran. Miami grabs the miss. Ware's got his 5th rebound in this one. Cunningham on the wing. Thompson a screen on Wiggins. Cunningham's shot is off.
You know, he's usually very reliable from out there, but tonight it's just not going down.
Jaquez finds Wiggins. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
He's got so much vertical ability. That's easy for Wiggins.
The drive by Thompson. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham. Cunningham's got 3 assists tonight. Here's Wiggins. And he goes big with the dunk right over Ashard Thompson.
And how about the acrobatics from Andrew Wiggins? Way up that time.
Cunningham against Wiggins. Thompson sets the pick for Cunningham. The screen from Thompson. Kept alive. Pass to Duren. He takes it in. And Duren slams it in.
Great awareness by Thompson, wanting to find his open teammates whenever he can.
Hero from long range. Duren pulls it in.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And Thompson kicks to Stewart. Cunningham outside. Stewart with the screen on Hero. Back to Stewart. It's stolen by Adebayo.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Pistons.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Jalen Duren.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
And then Cunningham with the dunk.
Look, they've earned this victory tonight. Tough to dominate the way they did.
These nights last a long time when you just go out there and you outwork your opponent. You know that that's going to pay dividends. Tonight it's going to come in a win.
Hero with it. Duren picks him up. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Adebayo at the elbow. Pass to Hawkins. The tray. Rebound, Detroit. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Cunningham against Wiggins. Wiggins with some nice D. And it's the Heat with the ball. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Shots good by Hero. And Detroit has possession, leading by 12. And so the Pistons can now just hold on to the ball. Stewart, a screen for Cunningham. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being